Hello there, Dr. Neptune here. It's the end of a summer day here on Neptune, and tonight, I'm going to talk about Lana Del Rey. This is her second album, Ultraviolence, a special edition, which I will open in a moment. But first, I want to talk about her first album, which is Born to Die. I didn't check the date. I think I'm going to say 10-ish years ago is her debut. And the original Born to Die album had a different cover. And then you see here, this is the Paradise edition. Sometime after that, the original album, which were these songs, were added to with these songs, and then also a little later she did the soundtrack song for the Great Gatsby movie, which is Young and Beautiful. So these are all just obviously me burning these. As soon as I heard Lana Del Rey, I knew she was something special and interesting. She's got a beautiful singing voice, and she's created this whole kind of world, this mythology almost, where she revisits similar themes again and again. Tragic love being one, deeply romantic view of things. California figures hugely in all kinds of literary references and really funny stuff too. So I don't have any original artifacts from her first album, but everything else I do have. And before I show Ultraviolence, I'm going to show this, which is actually her latest release as of this day. This is a book of poetry called Violet Bent Backwards Over the Grass. Came out in late July 2020, and is her reading her own poetry. For Lana Del Rey fans like myself, this is amazing. I listened to the whole thing today, and I can say that it's everything a Lana Del Rey fan would want. It's really her minus the music. There is some incidental kind of ambient background music playing through a lot of the tracks, but mostly it's her spoken word poetry, and she acts out her words in much the same way that she does her lyrics to all her songs. A lot of times when I hear Lana Del Rey, I feel like there's a movie playing in my head. She's so vivid in her descriptions, and so what's the word? Her singing just conveys the emotions so well. So this is her second album after Born to Die, Ultraviolence. A lot of literary references and cultural references in Lana's work. So Ultraviolence, multi-layered reference, like a lot of them are, to Clockwork Orange, as well as to probably the New Order song. And this is a double LP edition of this amazing album. They all are. It's a picture disc. So floral pattern here and here. And it's on 2 LPs. I don't know, these might be 45 RPM to fit all the music. Not sure. Okay, same floral patterns on these 2 discs. Pretty. And then, okay, you saw the gatefold here. LA, of course. Hollywood and LA, kind of central to a lot of her stories and her songs. She reminds me in her writing a lot of Bob Dylan in her skills at using specific details about a place like LA, but making them somehow universal. This is the CD that came with all that. Same design. And then this also came with these album size, I guess they're probably 12 by 12 prints. Peyote, a lot of drug references in Lana. I think it's a mistake to think all her songs are autobiographical, although some of them must be on some level. Most of them, I'd say, but she's got such great skill at telling stories. One of the things I love about her. So there's Ultraviolence, her second album. Okay, here's her third album, Honeymoon, with the Hollywood tour there. Even the way her name is on these first releases looks like the Hollywood sign. So the image, iconography has always been a big part of her art. Definitely shows in her lyrics too, the American flag, classic Americana imagery all the way through her work. There's a whole bunch of postcards in this one, Hollywood. Even the image itself kind of looks like an old-fashioned Kodak photograph. That one does anyway. There are many looks. People, I think, maybe who aren't that familiar with her work see her as maybe kind of sulky, singing all depressing, sad songs, and that's partly true, I guess, but she's also super funny. I laugh out loud a lot when I hear her music. And I did today, too, hearing her poems. But I was also really moved by a lot of them. I think it's something that makes a great artist for any person is that they feel like that artist expresses things that the person feels, or in some way. I guess what I'm trying to say is sometimes I feel like Lana's songs are about me, not with the biographical detail or the plot details, but just in the way that she expresses her thoughts about them. So here, this is Lust for Life, her fourth album. Special deluxe CD edition with all these postcards. There's the Moody Chanteuse. Excuse me. This album cover attracted a lot of attention because she's actually smiling on it. Again, people might have the image of her as a glum goth goddess, but she's more than that. Collaborations on here with both Sean Lennon and Stevie Nicks, which are really great. Lust for Life. Also, title reference to undoubtedly Iggy Pop. And this package actually came with a hat, which I wear all the time. It says Lust for Life. Perfect, a little American flag there. Continues that Americana theme. I like to think that when I wear this out in public, people think that's the name of my yacht. It's one of the little bonuses that came with this package. And then I showed this in the unboxing video earlier, but it's her latest album release, Norman fucking Rockwell, from last year. Come in a special lime green cassette edition. There are no bad Lana Del Rey albums, no bad Lana Del Rey songs. So they're all worth diving into. And then, as I said earlier, she's got this book of poetry. I'm gonna play just the first line or two. Hopefully, I don't get sued for that.
I left my city for San Francisco. Took a free ride off a billionaire's jet. LA, I'm from nowhere. Who am I to love you? LA, I've got nothing. Who am I to love you when I'm feeling this way? And I've got.
I'm gonna cut it off there. This is an amazing work. What will I show? I'll show this while I talk. It's sort of like the distillation of Lana Del Rey. All the poems really are in sync with her themes that I've been talking about all along, just in a more concentrated dose. So I had to break it up. I had to break the listening up into 4 different sessions over the day, even though the whole audiobook is only 40 minutes long. But it's a lot to take in, and if you want to think about it and appreciate it as a fan. So I love it. I think she's got another book coming out too soon, maybe later in the fall of this year. And then with that audiobook that I just showed you, she's coming out with an actual book edition soon, within the month. And I believe other special editions too, which I'll probably get. And another album coming out in the fall, so she says. So she's clearly in a very prolific phase of her career, and can't wait to hear more. Hope you enjoyed that. And here is Dr. Neptune signing out, and I will be back soon.